It's midnight. You're tuning into Nightline with me, Ahmad Hamdan. Here are the top stories. Fuel subsidy rationalisation to begin with targeted diesel subsidies in the peninsula. And security tightened at government premises and high traffic areas following series of attacks. Good morning. Federal police view the recent incidents of attacks and threats in public areas and government premises very seriously, acknowledging that these have led to concern among the public. Bukit Aman Management Director Datuk Sri Azmi Abu Kasim said police will continue to maintain a level of preparedness to ensure public safety. In a statement, Azmi said Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein has urged every police officer and personnel to take comprehensive measures while on duty in complying with existing circulars, SOPs and orders. He also urged the community to continue cooperating with the police by channeling any information related to national security to the authorities. He said the police will not tolerate any threat to national security and public peace, adding that stern action based on the law will be taken against any culprit, regardless of status or background. Azmi also provided guarantee that the nation is safe and secure. This follows the recent attack on the Ulu Tiram police station in Johor, which saw 2 policemen killed and 1 injured. On the same day, 2 men tried to trespass into Istana Negara and a machete was found in their car. Meanwhile, in Pulau Pinang, a man tried to snatch a submachine gun from a sentry at the Datuk Keramat police station on May 18th before being apprehended. In the meantime, Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein on Tuesday said that the police forensics unit lifted 8 fingerprints at the scene of national footballer Faisal Halim's acid attack in Petaling Jaya. However, only 3 of the prints met all the requirements to be usable, which has somewhat hindered the investigation. According to Razaruddin, the police have compared the 3 fingerprints with those in their database. However, no matches were found. He added that this could be because the individual involved has never been detained and, therefore, does not have a criminal record. The top cop also said that authorities have already released a photo fit of the suspect in the acid attack case and urged those who may know the man's identity or have any information about him to come forward to help track him down. The suspect is believed to be in his 30s with an estimated height of about 165 centimeters, a medium build and a tan complexion. Faisal, who plays for Selangor FC, suffered serious acid burns to several parts of his body and face when he was attacked outside a major shopping mall in Petaling Jaya on May 5th. The Cabinet has agreed to implement targeted subsidies on fuel, starting with diesel, which is projected to save the country 4 billion ringgit annually. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim said the targeted diesel subsidy would only apply to users in Peninsular Malaysia and not those in Sabah and Sarawak. To mitigate sudden increases in the prices of goods and services, Anwar said the government will continue providing diesel subsidies to traders who utilize diesel-based commercial vehicles. This includes 10 types of public transport vehicles and 23 types of goods transport vehicles under the subsidized diesel control system (SKDS), including bus operators and taxis. Additionally, certain categories of fishermen will also receive diesel subsidies. He also said that the government agreed to provide cash assistance to owners of private diesel vehicles that are eligible, including smallholders, farmers and traders.
Maknanya, untuk B40, M40 yang menggunakan kemudahan diesel untuk perniagaan kecil atau penggunaan terpaksa dalam bidang pertanian atau pelombongan ataupun peternakan dan nelayan akan terus dibantu, maknanya dia tidak terkesan dari kenaikan ini. Yang tidak beroleh manfaat dari penyasaran subsidi diesel ini ialah T20, maknanya golongan terkaya di atas dan 38 juta orang asing.
Anwar, who is also the finance minister, said this in a special address to the nation, broadcast by all media channels on Tuesday night. He stressed that the targeted fuel subsidies are not a complete withdrawal, as claimed by some quarters. Rather, they are necessary to restructure the public financial framework. He added that information on when the targeted subsidies would come into effect would be announced by the relevant ministry. Anwar also said much like the targeted subsidies for water and electricity, most people would remain unaffected. In his address, he also said that the government was seriously formulating the progressive wage policy involving the private sector to help increase the people's income. Now, Anwar also has promised firm action to address the actions of extremist groups and provocateurs disrupting national security. The Prime Minister said a meeting has been held with relevant authorities, including the police and other security team, to discuss the matter.
Beberapa minggu kebelakangan ini, negara dikejutkan dengan beberapa insiden keganasan yang meraut nyawa pasukan keselamatan kita dan tindakan gerombolan pelampau penghasut. Saya ingin memberi jaminan setelah mengadakan pertemuan dengan pasukan keselamatan bahawa kita akan bertindak keras terhadap gerombolan tersebut dan insya-Allah keadaan.
Moving on, 5 telecommunications companies have been given 20 days to finalize their equity stakes in Digital Nasional Berhad (DNB). Communications Minister Fahmi Fadil said it is one of the conditions for the telcos to participate in the 5G dual network implementation. Fahmi said the Cabinet in Tuesday's meeting was informed that the directive was given during a DNB board meeting on Monday, with each of the 5 telcos represented by a board member. The 5 telco players are U-Mobile, Maxis, Telekom Malaysia, Celcom Digi and YTL Communications. Under the share subscription agreement, the telcos will collectively own 70% stake in DNB, with the government through the Ministry of Finance Incorporated retaining the remaining 30% and holding a special share.
Dalam tempoh masa yang tidak terlalu lama dari sekarang, MCMC akan mengumumkan proses tender yang akan membolehkan syarikat-syarikat yang ingin terlibat dalam bidaan bagi rangkaian kedua memasukkan bidaan masing-masing. Tapi prasyaratnya ialah hanya syarikat-syarikat yang telah melengkapkan SSA ini boleh memasukkan tender.
Meanwhile, MCMC reported that as of April 30th, 5G network coverage has reached 81.5% of populated areas. Additionally, the adoption rate among users has climbed to 39.2%, up 3.8% from the end of March. Breaking down the adoption figures, the report highlighted that 12.78 million users are individuals, while 422,609 are enterprise accounts. The Health Ministry will administer the human papillomavirus HPV vaccine to more than 700,000 female students who have yet to be vaccinated in the 2021 cohort up to this year. Deputy Health Minister Datuk Lukanisman Awang Sauni said this backlog was caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, which resulted in a global shortage of HPV vaccines.
Bermula pada tahun 2023, KKM mula memperolehi bekalan vaksin secara berfasa dan pada tahun 2024, bekalan HPV mencukupi untuk menampung keperluan murid tingkatan 1 hingga tingkatan 4 yang belum menerima imunisasi HPV.
He was speaking at a press conference for the soft launch of the Catch-Up HPV immunization program for Form 1 to Form 4 students at SMK Pusat Bandar Puchong 1. He added that since the program was introduced in 2010, a total of 2,561,062 female students have received the HPV vaccine, which helps prevent cervical cancer. A grievance mechanism is among the important considerations to be included in the proposed Gig Workers Commission. According to the Human Resources Ministry, an interim report on the Gig Workers Commission will be presented to the Cabinet in June. In a statement, the ministry said that setting up the commission will bring about a formal channel to handle issues faced by gig workers, including grievances related to platform providers' manipulation and wage rate determination, among others. The report will also cover the necessary legislation in the form of a new act, Social Security and Health Protection, and integrating the data of workers and registered platform providers. As an immediate action on the government's decision to set up the Gig Workers Commission, the ministry noted that a team of consultants from University Malaya was appointed in April, and a meeting chaired by its minister Stephen Sim was held on May 14th. Kuala Lumpur has been ranked the second most outstanding city in Southeast Asia behind Singapore. The Oxford Economics Global Cities Index 2024 shows that the city is positioned 135 out of 1,000 cities worldwide. Oxford Economics said that the index comprises 5 categories, namely economy, human capital, quality of life, environment and governance, which are aggregated to create an overall score for each city. Kuala Lumpur is ranked 106 in terms of economy, which is measured by the size, structure and growth of each city's economy, assessing historical performance and future potential. In terms of human capital, which measures the educational and business climate of each city in line with demographic trends, Kuala Lumpur is ranked 21st. The index indicates that Kuala Lumpur ranks 391st for quality of life, which considers the benefits of living in each city and the well-being of its residents, including financial and health outcomes, as well as access to amenities. In the categories of environment and governance, Kuala Lumpur is ranked 526th and 334th out of 1,000 cities worldwide, respectively. Meanwhile, Singapore emerged as the top city in Southeast Asia, ranking 42nd in the index. Other major Southeast Asian cities include Bangkok at 192nd place, followed by Manila at 256th and Jakarta at 284th. One killed in Singapore Airlines Turbulence incident. The details after this short break.
Terlampau banyaklah kita kesan parut luka lama.
Salah.
Sebagai seorang yang normal, buat macam gitu, sampai saya rasa macam bukan manusia.
Kanak-kanak lelaki berusia 7 tahun disyaki menjadi mangsa dera 2 wanita.
Kita tak mau duduk lah situ, kita nak balik.
President of the United States has been shot.
Hari berdarah yang menjadi permulaan segalanya.
Sir, need your camera. There, I'll check it out. Coming with you. No, let me take the heat. Let me see any footage you have, the back part of the plaza.
Dari saksi menjadi suspek. Vantage Point, hari ini 9 malam di Magnificent 8 TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
And we're back with news from the foreign front. One passenger was killed and 30 others injured after a Singapore Airlines flight hit severe turbulence on Tuesday, flinging passengers and crew around the cabin and forcing the plane to land in Bangkok, Thailand. According to Bangkok Savannah Bumi Airport General Manager Kittipong Kittikachon, the SQ 321 flight from London and bound for Singapore fell into an air pocket while cabin crew was serving breakfast before it encountered turbulence, prompting the pilots to request an emergency landing It was reported that a 73-year-old British man died during the incident, likely due to a heart attack, while 7 people were critically injured, some with head injuries. Singapore Airlines, in the meantime, confirmed that there were a total of 211 passengers and 18 crew on board. According to Flight Radar 24 data, after around 11 hours of flying time from takeoff in London, the aircraft sharply dropped from an altitude of around 37,000 feet to 31,000 feet within just 5 minutes as it finished traversing the Andaman Sea and near Thailand. A Thai minister at the centre of a pending legal complaint seeking the dismissal of Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin has resigned on Tuesday in an effort to insulate the Premier from possible repercussions. This came after a group of 40 senators lodged a complaint to the Constitutional Court against Pichit Chuenban, alleging his appointment as Minister to the Prime Minister's office breached the Constitution as he has a criminal record. In his resignation letter shared with media by the Prime Minister's office, Pichit said he resigned to avoid any negative impact on Srettha's administration. The court was due on Thursday to decide whether or not to accept the case, which could lead to Srettha's suspension. However, it was not immediately clear whether the resignation would have any impact on the complaint submitted to the court. In 2008, Pichit was jailed for 6 months for contempt of court after an alleged attempt to bribe court officials with $55,000 hidden in a proper grocery bag. The body of Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi has arrived in Tehran on Tuesday as part of funeral ceremonies scheduled to run over several days. Raisi's body was flown from Tabriz, the closest major city to remote crash site, where thousands of his supporters gathered to pay their last respect. The remains would be sent to Tehran airport before heading to the city of Qom. It will return to the capital to lie at Tehran's Grand Mosalla Mosque before being transferred to his hometown in Mashhad in eastern Iran for burial on Thursday. The government, in the meantime, have decided on June 28th as the date for the election to determine the new president. The Zionist forces ramped up its military attacks across Gaza, killing and wounding dozens of Palestinians in the central, northern and southern part of the besieged enclave. One of the strikes hit the Yabna refugee camp in central Rafah, killing at least 5 civilians and wounding others, while air attacks on Jabalia and Beit Lahia in northern Gaza left at least 18 Palestinians dead. The Zionist forces have also raided the West Bank city of Jenin, killing 7 Palestinians. The attacks came as the U.S. President Joe Biden criticized the ICC's decision to seek arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for alleged Gaza war crimes, calling the move outrageous. Positive start for national men's doubles teams. Sports when we come back.
Terlampau banyaklah kita kesan parut luka lama.
Salah, kau
Sebagai seorang yang normal, buat macam gitu, sampai saya rasa macam bukan manusia.
Kanak-kanak lelaki berusia 7 tahun disyaki menjadi mangsa dera 2 wanita.
Cik tak mau duduk lah situ, cik nak balik.
Get ready, ladies. It's time to shatter the stereotypes. We talk career, health, finance, relationships, and everything in between. So grab your coffee cups and wear your sassiest smiles. This talk show is all about you. Catch Women Talk every Saturdays at 5 p.m. on TV3. Stream also on Tonton.
President of the United States has been shot.
Hari berdarah yang menjadi permulaan segalanya.
Sir, need your camera. There, I'll check it out. Coming with you. No, let me take the heat. Let me see any footage you have, the back part of the plaza.
Dari saksi menjadi suspek. Vantage Point, Ahad ini 9 malam di Magnificent 8 TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
We're back with sports. Badminton, the 2024 Malaysia Masters national men's doubles pair Man Wei Chong and T Kai Wun began the campaign on a positive note by securing a place in the second round. The world number 20 pair faced little trouble as they secured a straight sets 22-20, 21-12 victory over Taiwan's Chiang Chien-wei Wu Xuanyi. The 2023 Taiwan Open champion will face teammates and rising youngsters Chung Hon-jian, Muhammad Haikal Nazri in the next round. Fellow youngsters Yap Roy King, Arif Junaidi were also through to the second round after ousting China's Xie Haonan Zheng Weihan 21-16, 21-12. Arif Yap Roy will take on Taiwan's world number 12 Li Zhehui Yang Po Xuan next. Joining them were Go Zifei, Nur Izzuddin Rumsani. The world number 14 beat independent pair claimed a straight set win over Lo Hang Yi, Ng Eng Cheong 21-11, 21-19. Zifei Izzuddin will likely meet Thailand's world number 42, Pirachai Sukupun Pakapon Tiraratsaku in the next round. In the women's doubles first round, national duo Go Pei Ki Lao Yin Yuan saw off Ukraine's Polina Burova, Yevgenia Kantamir 21-15, 21-15 to set up a second round match with 8th-seeded Australians Setiana Mapasa, Angela Wu. Turning to Sepak Takraw, the 2024 ISTAF World Cup, Malaysia will see representatives in 2 finals on Wednesday after the national doubles and Interregu teams both beat their respective opponents on Tuesday night. The men's Interregu event saw national trio Farhan Adam, Shahir Rosdi and Azlan Alias beating Myanmar's Zin Koko, Min Tantu and Pai Nien Chan 15-3, 15-11 in the semi-final. The trio will play against Thailand in the final, seeking for a revenge after last edition's defeat. In the doubles event, national duo Aidil Ahmad Zawawi and Norizat Nordin staved off a late fight back from Myanmar to claim a straight set victory. Aidil and Norizat held their nerve late in the second set to dispatch Zin Min U Shin Wunazor 15-10, 17-16 and book their spot in the final where Thailand awaits them. And on to football now. The UAE Pro League, Al Ain regained the 3rd place in the standings following a morale-boosting 2-0 victory over Al Wahda. Josna Epiphany Lulendo broke the deadlock after 23 minutes when he hit a first-time shot from Solomon Sosa's cross. Al Wahda had a chance to equalise on the stroke of half-time when they were awarded a spot kick for handball, but Omar Kribin failed to convert it. Rilwanu Haliru Saki extended Al Ain's lead 9 minutes after the hour mark with a sublime strike from inside the box into the top corner. The victory raised Al Ain's score to 42 points, placing them 3rd, while Al Wahda remains at 41 points in 4th place. Cooking instant noodles at petrol station, 4 plead guilty. These and more on local news when Nightline returns.
Apa kita win? Man. Mana awak? Man. Apa macam ni anak kau?
Terlampau banyaklah kita kesan parut luka lama.
Salah.
Sebagai seorang yang normal, buat macam gitu, sampai saya rasa macam bukan manusia.
Kanak-kanak lelaki berusia 7 tahun disyaki menjadi mangsa dera 2 wanita.
Cik tak mau duduk lah situ, cik nak balik.
Wah, Sebut saja nama buah ni dah terliur kemanisan mangga harum manis dan mangga harum kemboja.
Yes, isu pokok tumbang meredupkan persekitaran kawasan ataupun mengancam keselamatan orang awam.
Skam cinta, macam-macam taktik terbaru untuk mendapatkan wang dan kepuasan.
Soal wang, kita bercakap tentang akaun KWSP yang ketiga, keluar atau simpan.
Segalanya di MHI jam 9.30 hingga 10.30 pagi.
Juga stream melalui Tonton.
President of the United States has been shot.
Hari berdarah yang menjadi permulaan segalanya.
Sir, need to camera. There, I'll check it out. Coming with you. No, let me take the heat. Let me see any footage you have the back part of the plaza.
Dari saksi menjadi suspek. Vantage Point, hari ini 9 malam di Magnificent 8 TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Nightline continues. 4 individuals who went viral for cooking instant noodles at a petrol station in Genting Highlands recently pleaded guilty to a charge of endangering others at the Buntung Magistrates Court on Tuesday. They were fined RM500 each for the offence. The accused Fadli Zil Ikram Sazalin Isranji, Nur Fatin Irdina Shahrul Nizam, Nur Ani Saleh and Nur Azira Azman pleaded guilty after they were jointly charged in front of Magistrate Nadratun Naim Zainan. According to the charge sheet, the 4 of them had cooked instant noodles using a gas stove in the vicinity of a petrol station at Taman Cendawan, Genting Highlands at about 1:30 a.m. on May 12th. Their actions were deemed to have been one which could pose a threat to others. They were charged under Section 336 of the Penal Code, read together with Section 34 of the same Act, which carries a maximum prison sentence of 3 months, a fine of up to RM500 or both. The magistrate ordered them to be jailed for 3 days if they failed to pay the fine. All of the accused paid the fine. The magistrate, in her judgment, questioned all of the accused on how they got the idea to cook the instant noodles at the petrol station, to which one of them said that they were hungry, admitting, however, that they were in the wrong. 2 enforcement officers of a uniformed body have been remanded for 4 days for allegedly soliciting and receiving bribes totaling over RM23,000. The remand order was issued by Magistrate Ahmad Shafiq Aizat at the Kota Baru Magistrates Court on Tuesday. According to sources, the 2 men were arrested separately at their offices in Pengkalan Cepa on Monday night. The first officer, aged 43, was detained at 10:30 p.m. for allegedly asking for and receiving RM13,000 as an inducement to charge a suspect with a lesser offence instead of under Section 39C of the Dangerous Drugs Act. Meanwhile, the second officer, aged 29, was arrested at 11:10 p.m. for allegedly receiving RM10,000 for the same purpose. Kelantan MACC Director Rosli Hussein confirmed their arrests for investigation under Section 17A of the MACC Act. In Pulau Pinang, a 35-year-old parking attendant was charged at the Georgetown Magistrates Court with obstructing the duties of a sentry at the Datuk Keramat police station. The accused, whose name was listed only as Subramaniam, claimed trial after the charge was read to him before Magistrate Nadratul Naim Muhammad Saidi. Subramaniam allegedly committed the offence under Section 186 of the Penal Code by intentionally obstructing the 25-year-old Lance Corporal's duty at the compound of the police station on May 19th. The court fixed bail at RM5,000 with one surety and imposed additional conditions, including for Subramaniam to report to the nearest police station twice monthly. The magistrate also set June 20th for next mention of the case. Last Sunday, police arrested the man after he was suspected of trespassing at the Datuk Keramat police station and attempting to seize an MP5 submachine gun from a policeman. It was reported that the man, who was under the influence of alcohol, allegedly demanded the cop, who was on sentry duty, to open the gate while hurling abusive language. As Gaza zoo animals find new sanctuary amidst war. The Goma family that ran Rafah Zoo fled to Khan Yunis while bringing as many animals as they could. With that, I'm Ahmad. Hamdan. Thanks for tuning in and take care.